So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial. We are going to create one more time HTML5 animated banner, and right now I will show you what we are going to be doing today. So right now I'm on the site freepik, and I'm going to provide you a link in the description so you can download this. And I'm also going to provide you my Illustrator file in case that this freepik won't be free in the future, or in case that you just want to skip the Illustrator part. So I'm going to click download, and I will go with the free download. But keep in mind that you will have to attribute the author if you want to use this commercially, or go premium. It's very cheap. So right now I will go to the place where I have saved my freepik file, and I'm going to have a zip file like this, and I will right click and choose extract files, or I will right click and choose extract here, and this is going to give me some files, and one of them is going to be this IE file. So I'm going to double click, and I'm going to have some warning about the missing fonts, but I'm just going to hit close because we are not going to be using fonts. And I'm going to create new document with Ctrl N, or file new, and I will go with 300 by 600, and I'm going to basically hit create. And now I will go back to the original file, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit with Alt and mouse wheel, and there are a few things that I want to get. So first of all, I will try to click like so, and to move, but I can see that it is all grouped together. So I'm going to right click, and first of all I'm going to click this release clipping mask. And the clipping mask just clip this to the stage like so. And now if I try to click, it is going to be grouped together. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, or you can go with shortcut Ctrl+Shift+G, and I will try to click, and right now I'm going to have these two things, or three things grouped together. So I'm going to one more time right click and choose ungroup until I will get to this one. And right now I have this separated, so I'm going to be able to drag it like so. And like this is fine. Maybe I'm going to scale this little bit with shift to stay proportional, and with alt to go from the center like so. And now I will go back in here, and I want to get one of these copy beans. So I'm going to hit Ctrl+Shift+G, or right click ungroup, and right now I'm going to have the one separated, so I am going to be able to get it in here like so. And if you want to have some kind of variation, you can go ahead and get one more. So I'm going to get also this one, and I'm going to position it in here like so. And I'm going to scale this little bit with shift to stay proportional, and the same thing I'm going to do with this one like so. And I will go back, and maybe right now I want to get one of the leaf, and this is going to be all. So I will try to click on the leaf, but it is going to be grouped together. So one more time, Ctrl+Shift+G, and I will try to click on this leaf, and right now it is going to be separated. So I'm going to drag it in here like so. If you want, you can go ahead and get maybe some more leaves. This I think look horrible, but some of them, some of the other are better. But I will just go with only this one. So basically, right now we are going to have four layers. I'm going to have everything in the layer 1, but if I'm going to open this layer 1 with this arrow, we are going to have 4 things in here. One leaf, 2 beans, and one of these coffee machines, or I don't know how to call it. But right now, if I will try to select this like so and get it outside of the layer 1, I won't be able to do this. So what I need to do is go to the layer 1, go to these 3 lines, and choose release to layers sequence. And right now I will be able to select them like so and get them outside of the layer 1. And right now we are going to have 5 layers. One of them is going to be layer 1, which is going to be empty, and I am going to be able to delete it like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file. While saving, I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to have the saving as it is, and I'm going to provide you this Illustrator file, and I will see you in Adobe Animate in few seconds. So right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and I will go with the 300 by 600, which is the standard banner size, and I want this to be HTML5 canvas, and I will hit create. Now I will go to the place where I have saved my Illustrator file, so it is going to be in here, and I am going to drag it in here like so. And we are going to have some options, but I don't want to change anything, so I'm just going to click import. Now what I can do is I can change the color of the background, so I'm going to click anywhere and I will go to the properties and there is this stage color. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click in here, maybe like so. And now I will go to the stage, I will go to this color wheel and I'm going to choose maybe something like so. Now what I need to do is I need to convert all of this to the symbol. So I will click on the leaf and I'm going to go to the modify, convert to symbol or F8 and I'm going to call this to be leaf. And I'm going to right now with the shortcut F8, this is going to be bin 1. I don't know if this is called bin, but yeah, it doesn't matter. F8 bin 2 and this is going to be coffee machine, so F8 and coffee machine. You do not need to name this, but yeah, I will click OK. And right now, if I go to the library, I'm going to have 4 movie clips in here. And basically, I can go ahead and duplicate this movie clip from the library like so. If you don't see the things which are outside of the canvas, outside of the stage, there is possibility that you have clicked this clip content outside of the stage, or by default it is clicked. So if you click this, you are going to see only the things which are on the canvas. If you click it one more time, you are going to be able to see other things which are outside. But right now I will delete this. And first of all, I'm going to rename my layers. So this is going to be, I will call it very quickly machine. This one is going to be B1, like bin 1. This is going to be B2. And this one is going to be L1, like a leaf 1. And now I will start with the animation of this coffee machine. And this is going to be a little bit funny, but yeah. Right now I am on this machine and I'm going to click F6 and it is going to create me new keyframe. And with my arrows, I am going to position it a little bit like so. And I will click F6 one more time. It is going to create me new keyframe and I'm going to position it a little bit like so. And I will have to do this a few times. So I'm going to maybe create 20 keyframes like so. So I'm just clicking F6 and positioning it, F6 and position it, F6 and position it, F6 and position it, and like so. So I will have to do this a few more times, and maybe like this, and a few more times, F6, like so. And right now I'm going to click Ctrl Enter and I will see how this is going to be looking. So Ctrl Enter to test this, and we are going to have something like this. Okay, so I will go back to the Adobe Animate, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these keyframes like so, and with Alt I am going to duplicate them like so. So right now we are going to have the same animation, but we are going to have this duplicated. I will hit Ctrl Enter, and basically we are going to have the same thing, but it is going to be like so. If you want, there is a possibility that you are going to click on all of these keyframes like so, and you will go to the end and until you will get these 2 arrows, and you are going to extend this little bit like so, and right now this animation is going to be slower. So I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and right now we are going to have something like this, but yeah, I don't like this, but I just wanted to say that there is this kind of option. I will go back, and yeah, right now what I am going to do is I am going to duplicate this one more time. Or you can go ahead and play with this and create different motion. Now what I want to do is first of all I'm going to extend the timeline for everything. So I'm going to select these frames and I'm going to click F5 or right click insert frame. But I will have to do this. I will go back like so, and I'm going to select it like so, and F5 or right click insert frame. And right now I have extended the timeline for other 3 things. And right now I will go with this B1. So I'm going to click on this. This is B1, and I'm going to position it maybe in here like so, and I'm going to position the keyframe maybe a little bit in here, and then I will go to maybe frame 15 and I will click F6 or right click insert keyframe, and I am going to basically animate this away like so, and I'm holding shift and arrow, and like this, and I'm going to create a classic twin. So basically this is going to fly away like so. And if I want, I can create some kind of easing, so I can click on this first keyframe, and I can go to the properties, and in these properties there is this classic ease, and I will go with easy out, and basically this means that this is going to animate away quickly, and then it will slow down. So it will go very quickly, and maybe in here it will slow down. So I'm going to double click, and we are going to have something like this. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one, so I'm going to position it maybe in here, and I'm going to put the keyframe maybe also in here, create new keyframe, F6, and I'm going to position this like so, and one more time I'm going to create classic twin, and we are going to do the same thing with the easing, so I'm going to go like so, and I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to offset this little bit, so I'm going to click on the last keyframe, on the first keyframe with the shift, and I'm going to position it like so. So basically we are going to have one, and then we are going to have another. I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and I will see how this is going to be looking. Okay, so it was too fast. So what I'm going to do is I will go back to the animate, and I'm going to extend both of them. So I'm going to do it like so, and this one may be like so, and I will hit Ctrl Enter one more time, and we will see. So we have something like this, and I think that this was better. So right now what we can do is duplicate this. So I'm going to highlight the B2 and B1 with the shift, right click and choose duplicate layers. And I'm going to position it a little bit like so. And the initial keyframe I don't want to change, but this one, the end, I can position it maybe in here. This one I can position maybe in here like so, and I can duplicate this one more time. I'm going to select all 4 layers. I will right click, and I'm going to choose duplicate layers, and I'm going to position it a little bit. I will click on this keyframe with shift on this to select everything, and I'm going to position it like so. And right now I can go ahead and play with this. So I can the initial keyframes are not necessary to change, but the last one, so I can maybe put this one in here like so. This one I can put in here, and this one I can put maybe like so, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and we will see what we are going to have. So something like this. Okay, and yeah. Now we are going to, if you want, you can go ahead and duplicate this whole animation. So I can select all of these keyframes, and with Alt I can duplicate it like so, and I can duplicate everything in here. So I can select the, I can highlight this, right click, duplicate layers. You can play with this as you want. I'm just showing you how you could do something like this. And yeah, Ctrl Enter just to make sure how this is going to be looking, but I think that this is fine. Now I would like to animate the leaf. So I will go in here, and first of all, what we can do is basically animate the leaf from the left to the right. So I'm going to get it like so. And maybe I'm going to position, I can have the keyframe in here at the beginning, and I will go maybe to frame 30, and I'm going to click F6, and I'm going to animate it to the other side like so, and I'm going to create classic twin, and I'm going to create some kind of rotation. So I'm going to hit Q, and I'm going to rotate this little bit like so. And right now I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and I will see how this is going to be looking. Okay, so it was too fast, so I'm going to position this keyframe maybe in here like so, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and we are going to have it like so. Maybe this is too slow, so I'm going to position it maybe to frame 50. One more time, Ctrl Enter, and yeah, this is fine. One thing that I want to mention is that if you are going to click on this keyframe, and I'm going to rotate this like many times like so, we are not going to have this rotation. If you want to rotate something many times, you would have to click like this. You will have to go to the rotate clockwise, and right now choose rotation like so, and right now it would be rotating many times. But I don't want to do something like that, so I will go back. like so, and I want to have only a little bit of the rotation, like this, and I can get rid of these additional frames on the leaf, so I can highlight them, right click and choose remove frames. Or other option that we can do is we can animate the leaf along the path. So I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to call this layer to be guide, like so, and I'm going to go to the pen tool, and when you have the pen tool you have only the option to choose the stroke, but right now the stroke color doesn't matter, so I can go with anything, maybe with red, and I'm going to on this guide layer draw maybe something like this, some kind of path, like so. And now what I need to do is I will go to the leaf 1, I will create a new layer. So right now I have an empty layer, and I can call this to be L2, like leaf number 2. And I will go to the library in here, and I'm going to get the leaf, or if you didn't name your movie clips, you are going to have symbol 1, symbol 2, but I'm going to drag this leaf in here, like so. And now what I'm going to do is I will zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to click on this L2, and I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to put it like so to the guide, and nothing is going to happen because I forget to do one thing. I'm going to click on the guide, and I will right click, and I'm going to choose guide, and it is going to change the whole layer. And right now I'm going to drag the L2 under the guide, like so, and it is going to do me something like this. And now what I need to do, to be able to animate this leaf along the path is I will go to the first keyframe of this L2, and I'm going to position the anchor point like so on the path. So one more time, here is the anchor point, and I'm going to position it like so. I will zoom in a little bit until it will snap like so. Let me do it one more time, so like this. And maybe right now I will go to the frame 60, I will create new keyframe F6, and I'm going to get this leaf in here, and one more time I will have to snap it like so. And right now I'm going to create classic twin, and this is going to be animating along the path. And what I can do is in here I can change a little bit of the rotation, so Q, and I'm going to rotate it like so. So we are going to have something like this, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and I will see how this is going to be looking. So we are going to have something like this. But I think that it's not necessary to do this with animate along the path. So I'm going to duplicate this simple animation of the leaf like so. So I will right click, and I'm going to choose duplicate layers, and I can go ahead and position it a little bit later like so. So we are going to have it like this. And maybe if you want to position both keyframe up of this animation, you can go to this select multiple you can go to this select multiple keyframes and choose select range, and we are going to create some kind of range like so. And right now, if I'm going to click on this L1 copy, I will be able to move both keyframes like so, and then I'm going to unclick this. And right now we have created the duplication of that layer, but I'm going to offset this little bit like so. So we are going to have and maybe I can even offset this leaf with the guide. So we are going to have one which is like so, one which is like so, and then we are going to have one which is like so. So Control Enter, and we are going to have something like this. And if I want, I can go ahead and duplicate the leaves as much as I want. So I will go back to the Adobe Animate like so, and I'm going to just duplicate this L1 and L1 copy. So I'm going to highlight them, right click, and duplicate the layers. And right now I'm not going to change the position or anything. I'm just going to click on them like so, and I'm going to position them maybe like this. And right now I will see what we are going to have. Control Enter, and we are going to have something like this. Yeah, and now I am going to create some kind of very simple text. So I'm going to create new layer, and I'm going to type I will go to the properties and I am going to choose the color maybe of this, like so, and I'm going to type in here make your own coffee. Maybe I have misspelled something, I don't know, but I'm just going to position it in here like so, and I'm not even going to animate this text. I just want to have some kind of text. So I'm going to click Ctrl Enter one more time, and we are going to have something like this. Okay, so right now I will go back to the Adobe Animate, and there are maybe a few things that I want to do. I will extend this little bit like so, so I can see all of my layers. And one thing is that right now as it is, it's fine. But maybe if you are going to have some kind of frames like so, let me do it like this. I'm going to click F5. So we are going to have these kind of additional frames, and then it would mean that the coffee is going to disappear, but this text is going to stay there or something like that. What you can do to get rid of these frames is select them like so. So I will click in here and with Shift like so, and you can go with Shift F5 or right click and remove frames. Or if you want to extend something, you can very simply click F5 or right click and insert frame. So something like this, but I will go right now back. And now what I'm going to do is I will show you how you can stop this animation because by default this is going to be looping forever. So if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, I'm going to have it like so. And you will see that it is not going to stop. It is going to be basically looping and animating forever. We can go ahead and loop this once. So I'm going to create a new layer on the top, and I'm going to call this layer to be code. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose actions. And basically I'm going to write very simple code, which is going to be this.stop parentheses and semicolon. And I'm going to position this at the end, because when this A is going to be at the beginning, it is going to stop the animation immediately. So I will have to click on this and I will have to drag it like so. And right now if I hit Ctrl Enter, this is going to be playing once, and after one loop it is going to stop and it is going to stay like so. Or what you can do, and I'm going to provide you a link in the description to this website. There is the code. One of them is this one and the second of them is this one. They are almost the same, but here is the equal sign, here is the smaller or bigger. But right now I want to go with this one, so I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C, and I will go back to the Animate and I will go to this code. So I will right click, choose actions, and I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to paste this code. And the only thing which is important in this code for you is this number, and this means how many times the timeline is going to loop. So if I'm going to put number 2, this means that it is going to loop 2 times and then it is going to stop. So I'm going to close this like so. And now what I want to do is I'm going to save this. So I'm going to hit Ctrl S, and then I will show you how you can export this. So I will go to the tutorial and I'm going to create a new folder which is going to be Animate, and I will go inside of this Animate folder and I'm going to call this Coffee, and I'm going to hit save. I have this in Spanish, but it doesn't matter. And right now if I go to the place where I have saved this, I'm going to have the Animate file and some recovery file. But if I'm going to right now hit Ctrl Enter to test this in the browser, and right now I will return to the place where I have saved this, I am going to have some additional files, JavaScript, HTML and images, because it had published this. So I'm going to get rid of them like so. So I'm going to delete this like so, and I will go back to the Animate and I will go to the file, publish settings, and I will go to this folder and I'm going to choose the place where I want to save this. So I'm going to have this in here in the place where I have saved my Animate file, and in here I will create new folder, and I'm going to call this folder to be index, and I will go inside of that index and I'm going to call this one to be index. You do not need to name this index, but I'm used to do it like so. So I'm going to hit save, I'm going to hit OK, I will hit file and I will hit publish. And right now we are going to have these images, HTML and JavaScript in this index folder. But if you want this to work in Google Ads, you will have to go to the publish settings, to the HTML.js, and unclick these hosted libraries like so, okay, and then file and publish. And this is basically going to give us one additional file in the index. So we are going to have this kind of libraries in here. And right now there is one additional thing that you will have to do to make this work in Google Ads, and I'm also going to provide you a link in the description for this website, but basically there is this little code which we need to add to our HTML file. So I will go in here, and in this index HTML I will right click and I'm going to choose open with the brackets. Brackets is text editor which allows you to write a code. You can open this with Notepad or with some other text editor like Atom, Sublime Text. If you don't have anything like that in your computer, basically you have to download something. It's free to download, for example, these brackets, but basically you have to have something to open the code. And in here we have this HTML, this head, this meta and title, and between this second meta and this title, and I'm going to paste this like so, Ctrl V, and I'm going to change the width and height to my width and height. So 300 by 250, 300 is what we have, but we have in here 600. So I'm going to write 600 like so. I'm going to hit save, Ctrl S, and I'm going to close my text editor. And right now I will go in here to the index. I will right click and I'm going to choose send to and zip file. And as I said, I have this in Spanish because I'm learning Spanish, but I'm going to have something like this. This is going to be 94 kilobytes. It needs to be smaller than 150 or sometimes smaller than 100, but this size is okay. So yeah, this is it. I hope that you have learned something, and I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. If yes, hit a like. If you are not subscribed yet, subscribe. I have been doing a lot of these tutorials lately, and hopefully I will continue to do them. I don't know. So yeah, thank you and goodbye.